The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
Many years ago, before I got married, I went on a road trip with my friends. We went to Washington, Baltimore on Hotline. And on the way back, we weren't sure exactly what time we wanted to leave. And we decided that maybe we'll leave at this time, maybe we'll leave at that time. And Hashem orchestrated that we should leave at a certain time. We were going to leave earlier, we got delayed. Boom, all of a sudden it was time for us to go. We're driving on the highway. I remember I was driving maybe 65, 70 miles an hour on the highway, clear highway, no traffic, nothing. And all of a sudden, the whole world slowed down. Very quickly, all the cars just stopped on the highway. And I told my friends, I said, clearly something happened. Within a few seconds, we saw that there was a minivan that was crumpled against the guardrail on the left side of the highway. We pulled over. I told my friends, I said, guys, let's go, let's jump out, let's see if these people need help. Now, a few years before that, I got trained as an RTE. It's like able to respond to emergencies. My friends who are in Hatzalah always make fun of this when I joke that this is like, it's like between like a BLS and the ALS. It's not. But it's like, it's a training that you're able to help people, and I needed it for a camp once, so that was what I did. Okay, so I had this training. It like kicked into gear when I saw this minivan that was crumpled on the side of the highway. We ran out. The minivan was smoking, and my friends and I, we pried open the doors. We pulled them open. I remember the father had no idea what was going on. He was like in a daze. The mother was pregnant. I think there was 7 children in the back of the minivan. Many of them were bleeding, cut, in pain. And we called 911, of course. And we took them out. It was a cold night, I remember, and we put a few of them in my car just to stay warm. EMS came, fire department came. They treated all the children, the parents. They needed to go to the hospital. I remember we took all of their luggage, we put it into our car. The next day, we drove to New York. They were in the hospital. The next day I went to their house, dropped off all of their suitcases, and that was it. I remember I had a bris the next morning, and I didn't realize that one of the kids who I had taken out of the van, he was all bleeding, and I had gotten blood all over my shirt. And we took a picture that night, my friends and I. And one of my friends reminded me of this picture, of this story, because he sent me the picture and he said, remember this evening, this night? A few years after the story, I got married, and we were hosting a meal in Eretz Yisrael. One of our friends who had just gotten married, they were sitting by the meal, and they said, I want to tell you guys the most amazing story of Eliyahu Hanavi. And she says, I have a friend whose family was on the way back from Baltimore to New York, driving on the highway, clear highway, nothing going on. Father doesn't know how, what, where, when, blacked out. His car swerved all the way to the right lane, all the way to the left lane, smashes into the median. He's laying in the front seat, bleeding. Her mother, this girl's mother, was pregnant. She's in the front seat. Everyone's moaning and groaning. Within 3 seconds, they feel the car doors are being pried open. And there's 4 yeshiva bachrim who are there. And they pull everyone out, and they triage them. And in a few minutes, fire department comes, EMS comes, everyone is safe. They put everyone in the car, kept everyone warm. They brought everyone to the hospital. They took the bags. The next morning, they just showed up, dropped off the bags, disappeared. We met Eliyahu Hanavi. And this girl is saying that her friend, their family was so excited. They had Giloy Eliyahu. Eliyahu Hanavi revealed himself that night. I was sitting at the table and I was laughing. And she's like, what's so funny? So I said, actually, it's nice to be called different things, but I've never been called Eliyahu Hanavi. She's like, what are you talking about? And I told her my side of the story. And it was a cute moment. We were able to see both sides of the equation.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org